Hey y'all, what is up? This is Rosie, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, and that was talk a little bit about what it's like going from in my late teens and early 20s, not minding a little bit of attention, going out places, couldn't even pay me to stay home, to eventually becoming a person who doesn't even want to leave the house and having social anxiety disorder. And let me tell you, it sucks. When I was a teenager, like I said, you couldn't pay me to stay home. After I graduated high school, I, on my off days, would take the bus and I would go to the mall, or I would hang out with one of my coworkers. We would just get in her car and go. And I loved that life for a while. Go shopping, just hanging out, being goofy, being silly, listening to music, talking about anything and nothing at all. Going to see her crush who worked in a different store from us. And then when I was 21, I met my now ex-husband. And no, I was 20 when I met him. And we used to hang out. We were friends at first, go to the movies, and just, be goofy, go out to eat, just walking around the Eastwood area of town, and we just hung out, and it was fun for a while. And I eventually asked him to be my roommate because I wanted to move out from under my parents and just have more freedom. Because at home, when you're 21 years old and you still have an 11:30 curfew, it gets a little bit old. I love my mom, God rest her soul, but that was just too much for me. So I was just ready to move out on my own. And so things were well for a while, I used to just like to hang out with my friends, and I didn't want to be restricted too much. And I was just a typical young person who just wanted to have a life. And eventually, this guy who I saw as my friend, we became more than friends. And by the end of the year, he and I were engaged. And I'm still almost confused as to how that happened, considering I really didn't want him at first. But anyway, so over the years, getting married, having kids, and not really going anywhere for a while. The last job I had was in 1999, and I worked at a fast food place. And the restaurant where I worked isn't even there anymore. Like, as soon as I quit, like within months, they were gone. They were not there. I wouldn't even know where to tell people how to get in touch with any of my references. And I'm actively looking for a job now. But I'm looking for something to do from home. And that is because I can't stand the thought of leaving the house. I don't like people looking at me. I don't want people to see me. And that is because of how much I have changed physically. And I'm very self-conscious about that. And I don't, I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to be better, trying to love myself, but it's very hard when I can barely move, And so I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get healthier, but it's hard. I'm in my late 40s, and it just, And so I don't leave the house unless I really, really have to. The last time I remember leaving the house was just a few weeks ago actually, I had to go to UAB to have a procedure done, and before that I left the house to go to doctor's appointments concerning what I had to do for this procedure. Before that, it was March 11th when I went to see New Edition with my oldest kid, and that was a lot of fun. I have videos up on my YouTube channel, and I have some that I haven't even uploaded yet. I meant to, but I just got lazy and didn't do it. And then before that, I think the last time I left the house was in December 15th to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So, you know, I consider those instances where I have to leave the house. And, you know, they're fun things, and I look forward to doing things like that with my kid, because it's only once a year, you know, and it's something that I look forward to, and music that I love, and I'm a huge fan of the drummer, so, you know. But other than that, I really don't like to leave the house because I don't like people looking at me. I don't even leave my room because I don't want my dad to see me, because I'm ashamed of how I look, and I don't want him to be ashamed of me. He's never been negative towards me, to my knowledge. If he talks about me, it's when I'm not around, and you know, it's things that don't get repeated back. But I grew up in a time when being fat was bad, being huge was bad, being big was bad, and so that's the kind of mentality that I grew up with, and it's hard to let that go. It's hard to be body positive with myself when I grew up in a time when to look a certain way was not a good thing, and I was ridiculed for it growing up. And so, like I said, I'm trying to get healthier, trying to be better, and trying to be more positive about myself, but it's not an easy thing. But that's why I have social anxiety disorder, you know, just sitting in my room all day doing nothing but watching TV, going online, and avoiding phone calls. I don't like to talk on the phone. I have a reason for that too, but that's another story. So yeah, that's what it's like. It's just boring. It's not a life. It's not a good quality of life for sure. And it's lonely. It's a very lonely existence. When my kids go out places, I'm very happy for them, because I don't want them to be this. I don't want them to have to live this way. I want them to go out and enjoy themselves. I want them to go out and have a good time. I want them to go to concerts and going skating and bowling and doing things with their friends, all those things that I pretty much missed out on for the rest of my 20s. I had my first kid at 22, and then after that I just spent my time raising my children, so I don't want them to miss out on life. And I'm almost 47 now, and I don't like missing out on life. So yeah, that's what it's like. But anyway, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get on here and tell you what it's like for me. If you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. I'd be interested in reading them. Thank you so much for wasting time with me. I love you guys very, very much. Oh, subscribe and like. That would mean a lot to me if you did. And if you would be so kind, if you can, leave a donation. I appreciate it. If not, just enjoy the videos, and that will be fine too. Anyways, I thank you so much. I hope to see you on next upload, and bye for now.